All right. Aubrey, listen, man. As we dug deep into your past, man, I was quite impressed. Quite impressed with your grades, the student you are, the person that when I asked around about you, man, I promise you, no one stuttered to say that you were a great young man. How did you, tell me, how did you become so well grounded as an individual, as a young man in today's society, knowing how hard it is for kids your age to, really go through life without falling to, the BS?
Right. I definitely say my mom and my dad. For sure, my dad, him just coaching me from when I started playing ball all the way up to now. I feel like I should give a shout out to my sister for paving the way for showing me and my brother. She graduated early from high school, so she definitely was the one who definitely taught me about having good grades and just how far you can go with the knowledge that you gain from others and the knowledge that you have. So them three, I definitely say they get and just helped me be who I am today. I just want to say thank you to them.
So this your older sister?
Yes, sir. Older sister, Tamika Burks.
Tamika Burks? She used to beat you up?
I wouldn't say she used to beat me up.
She used to rough you up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
My sister used to rough me up, you know what I'm saying, until I got old enough to, hey, listen, that's over with. Yeah, that's over
just
with.
A little bit.
I ain't gonna put my hands on you, but I'm gonna just hold you so you know what time it is. You said you had the opportunity to get coached by your dad. What was that like coming up? Okay.
That was a great experience, actually. He definitely coached me harder than others. Just him being my father, he had high expectations for me. He always believed in me from day one. He used to tell me before I even knew, he was like, you can be special. And, him just telling me that gave me, like, the confidence to be who I am today. Him coaching me from the age 4 to my last year of playing Little League football was a blessing. Just to have him in my ear made every game, coach me to be the person I am, to be the ball player I am now, just teaching me the fundamentals of the game. Okay. And then just not about football, but just about, life outside of football, him just being who he is and him teaching me the mistakes that he made, not making sure I don't make the same mistakes and going through the same things he went through just helped me.
Yeah, so and that transition, how was that going from being coached so long from your father to going to a new coach?
Being coached from my father going to a new coach, I just had to keep the same confidence that he always told me about. Mm-hmm. And then the same things he taught me, just translated to the next level. And the new coaches that I gave, they gave me more knowledge, obviously because they're the next level, they gain more knowledge than my Little League coach. So having both coaches, really helped. Every coach that I've been through, we had great relationships. Okay. I never had a bad relationship with any of my coaches. Just because how my dad coached me and I knew, respecting your coaches because they know more than what you know. So right. Going through every coach that I've been through, it's been good. I'll probably say my dad is the best coach just because,
that's your dad.
Yeah, right. All
right. So be honest. How many arguments you caused amongst him and your mom coming up? Because I know your mom, you being too tough on my baby now.
My mom kind of sometimes she'll stay out of it just because she know this dad and son moment.
Yeah.
But sometimes she'll say you've been a little too hard on her. You gotta take it easy on her. But she didn't really get into it too much. She was just kind of let my dad do the work because she knew that that's what I needed and that's what I needed growing up and him showing me everything like what he taught me was really good and so she kind of stayed away from it and didn't say too much.
So that's good. She trusted the process.
Right.
Trusted the process. Sir.
That's good.
Oh, man. So like Coach Cat just say, we leaving Little League, and now you going to high school. Did you play your freshman year, or did you play Little League your freshman year?
Freshman year, I played high school ball. So freshman year, going into my freshman year, I wanted to play receiver. Many people know that I could have played receiver back then, probably not now. So summer of my freshman year, I was playing receiver the whole time. 7-on-7 tournaments, playing receiver. And I remember the first day of practice, I'm talking about the first day of practice, coach said, come to the defensive meeting. So I went, and I never seen offense no more. From that point, I never seen the offensive side of the ball no more. Just translating from youth to high school, just having that same confidence, and then just trying to learn from the older people that was already there in high school. It was a couple of guys that, I looked up to. Kennard King was one, Jesse Brett, those guys that came from Auburn kind of showed me the way, and then the skill set that they put out there really gave me the confidence of me doing it when I get there.
Right.
Yeah, so you say you went to the defensive side of the ball. What position did you play?
I started off at safety, the high safety. Then I moved down to the nickel, to the linebacker area. Made a couple of plays my freshman year, a couple of plays that nobody didn't expect from a freshman, and that just carried on from season to season.
Was that when you a tough transition going from offense to defense?
I would say yeah, because I'm used to running the ball. So
Right,
Little League, I played running back almost my whole entire career in Little League, and so from offense to defense, I'm used to like taking the hit and not giving the hit. As far as me running the ball, it's not me tackling somebody, so that was kind of different. And so when I got there, tackling was a little key thing that I had to work on. Also, covering somebody was a big thing that I had to work on because that's so different from offense to defense, trying to cover somebody while going backwards. And so just me taking the coaching from my coach who played at Western Kentucky, shout out to him, Ricardo Singh.
Yes, sir.
He definitely taught me a lot. He teach me a lot. And still to this day, like even my college clips, I send to him, what you think I should do better right here? So him just being like my coach and just teaching me like the little small key points to being a DB, to tackling, to backpedaling, to covering somebody really helped.
That's a nice skill set. Even when you say you want to get better, so
Right.
you just asking for the input. A lot of people don't possess that.
Yes, sir.
Man, some people think they already got it all together.
Nah. You can call him now. I can call him now. I definitely go to him. Hey, coach, what you think?
Yeah.
My coach telling me I did it good, but I just want to know from your standpoint because some people might have two different opinions. Like sometimes my coach at school, he telling me this is a good rep, but my trainer he'll like screenshot. Oh, you took a false step right here. Look at your feet. Like little stuff like that really help. So that little stuff that he's telling me, and I add to my game and just keep working on it, really helping me today.
Man, that's what's up. So you come in your freshman year. Your sophomore campaign went pretty well. Your junior year was even better in high school. Come down to your senior year. They say your season was cut short. Show us what happened.
So versus Lake Gibson, I was trying to make a play, just how any defensive player trying to, and I laid out for a tackle and I fell on my shoulder. It was a pretty bad injury. I didn't really know nothing. I went to the hospital that the next day. Doctor was like, "You'll be fine. You just got to sit out a couple of weeks." So that shoulder injury bothered me my whole entire senior year. Even after the fact when I returned, it was still bothering me. I didn't find out that I needed surgery until I got to college.
Wow.
So I don't play almost a full season, even a couple of games in college until I actually had surgery on my shoulder. I don't regret having the surgery because look where I'm at now. I feel like that definitely helped. Body maintenance is one thing, and so with that surgery coming along, I feel like that gave me more confidence. Like I got something to prove now. Like they didn't really see my full potential my freshman year because it was cut short, and so now I got to come back and show them like what I'm about.
All right, so you would say that, and that's why I was going to get into it. That's why I asked you that question. How did you get through that adversity? Like that moment when you found out you got to your freshman year in school, and now you got to get surgery. How did you feel at that moment?
At one point, I kind of shut down because in college once you hurt, it's next man up. So now I'm looking like, dang, like I'm falling back in the depth chart. Now I got to go 10 times harder. And my coach, he my safeties coach there now, he stuck in my ear. He was like, this is just a adversity that you got to get through.
Right.
And everybody up there at West Virginia, all the trainers, the coaching staff, they really helped me as far as my physical therapy, as far as with my shoulder and everything like that. And when I got back and I made my first tackle and I was feeling better. I was like, okay, it's time to go.
It's time to go. Hey.
Let's play some ball. It's fixed. You don't got nothing else to worry about.
What you working on? How long was it? How long were you out with therapy and everything?
So I got hurt the third week of our season. So that was like mid-September, late September. I didn't get surgery till November. So I missed the rest of the season all the way up until spring ball, which was starting in March. So I was out from November all the way to March as far as getting recovery and not being able to do other things that the other players are doing, like lifting weights a certain way. One thing that I had to work on was bench press, as far as having a block on my chest because my shoulder couldn't go too far out. And so that just took away a lot as far as me trying to compete for a spot. And then spring ball came around, and that's when I was fully ready to go, and I was able to earn a spot for the season.
Man, that's why you're on the show.
Yeah.
Because that's surviving crunch time. And
Right.
that's what make you a crunch time survivor. Now, going back to like high school, you came out through a very crucial year for the whole world. You was recruited through the whole COVID thing. Then, your senior season got cut short. We know you chose West Virginia. Do you feel like COVID played a part in your recruitment process? What was your dreams? We already know Virginia's the place to be because that's who gave you a chance.
Right.
That's where you went and showed out. But who are your top two schools at the end?
At the end, when I was even committed to West Virginia, I was heavily considering staying home at USF.
Okay.
Not many people know that. When the new coach, Jeff Scott, he's not there anymore, but when he came in, they came at me pretty heavy, like with everything they got, and USF was right there. So I was visiting almost every weekend, just trying to get on campus just to meet the coaches. USF, and then I would say Georgia Tech. When I visit Georgia Tech, I kind of like the Atlanta lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
Like who wouldn't like that?
Yeah, just being there. The Atlanta lifestyle was pretty cool. Every time I visit there, it was already a player, Jordan Dominic from Polk County. He's at Colorado. He's at Colorado now. Every time I visit, me and him will link up, and he'll just take me around the campus, take me around town, and just show me a good time. So them two, USF and Georgia Tech, was two schools that was pretty high on my list. West Virginia, obviously won the battle.
They won the war. They won the war. They kept their ammo for the war.
They obviously won. I don't regret the school that I chose. I'm really happy with the school, not because of the position I'm in now, but the people at the school, the people in the town. Not many people know if you ever visit West Virginia, they show genuine love. No matter how good you're doing, no matter how bad you're doing, even though you're bad days, there's genuine love all around the campus. And that's what I like.
Feel like a family there, huh?
Right.
That's the environment you want to be in, man.
Yeah, our good friend. Yeah, a good friend of ours, KJ Harris, was just there. He's a West Virginia alumni. But even then, right? You was committed to Indiana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What flipped you?
Probably that process, the process of them, West Virginia, talking to my mom and my dad. That's the two most important people in my life. That's who I care about making happy. And so with them talking to my mom and my dad, that let me know, like, this ain't about me. This is about my whole family. And them just sending texts, like, they'll send text to my sister, yo, have a good day at work today. Just little things like that made me happy. And I was like, this is where I want to be at. This is who I want to play for.
That kind of gave me chills. Who's coordinator over at West Virginia, man?
And that showed family vibes. It's for everybody.
Everybody, man.
I'm talking about everybody. Can you send my sister? She having a bad day. Can you text her? Oh yeah, no problem. I got you. And that just shows. And my mom, she was really happy. Like, she was telling me, like, I like this school. Like, this is where I want you to be at. And I didn't make no decision based off what they was telling me. I made a decision off of how my family, like, how the coaches was talking to my whole family, how my whole family reacted, the smiles that they put on their face, the smile that they put on my face, really made me want to go to that school.
Oh man, that's good. And so now, right? I mean, it made me want to go. But the thing about old Coach Chain, man, listen, I got friends up at Oklahoma. I got a lot of good friends in a lot of, big colleges, and I talk to a lot of guys, and and I was just telling these kids, and they think I'm playing. Like, some people say, man, you ain't got the juice like that until you sitting with me at dinner, and you with one of the D coordinator of this school, the DB coach of this school, and stuff like that. And these guys actually call and they say, hey man, what you think about this kid? Give me the truth, right? And this is part of the recruiting process. Now, one thing about Coach Chain, I'm never gonna lie on the kid, but I will tell the good, the bad, and the ugly truth on you.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Got to, because my reputation on the line. And and if I ever had anything to say for you, because when I was doing my research, I was more impressed with your grades, because not only did it start in elementary, it carried on through high school,
right?
And you are academic All-American. You still doing it.
Yes, sir.
And a part of being a great man is consistency.
Yeah. Man,
you consistent, man.
Yes, sir.
In the classroom. And more of our athletes. And when I say this, more our athletes, because now it's a new player in the game, and it's called NIL. And some of these kids are gonna mess up their NIL deals with bad grades, because they're not gonna get a shot.
Right.
Could you explain to how important it is to make the grade to get an opportunity to be where you're at now?
Oh, it's real important. that's one thing that was on my list before even playing football.
Right.
Shout out to my cousin Cheese. He was telling me, you know, academics is way more important than football. Not many people know, but football only gonna take you so far. At the end of the day, you gotta have good grades. You want to get that degree. And just, you know, being, like I say, my sister was really the one who paved the way of having good grades, showing me like what good grades can do for you. And you know, with NIL coming along now, our school, you won't even see no NIL deals. Them grades don't match up.
Wow.
And so them grades got to match up if you want that NIL deal. Yeah, you can play good on that field, but if them grades ain't adding up to your field play,
Right.
nobody don't want to take you. Nobody going to want to take you in their program. Just so they can keep their program up to standard. Like our standard, we everybody graduated. We got 100% graduation rate at West Virginia right now. All football players. I think we probably got like 2 players on our team who's not eligible. But those guys not even on scholarship. So that's just 2 players. Everybody else is 100% graduate for our school.
So out of 65 to 75 players,
yes, sir.
Only 2 of them are ineligible.
Only 2.
Academics.
Only 2.
Young men.
Only 2.
Young women. Academics.
Only 2.
Get your grades. It goes hand in hand. And when you start off in high school, I'm gonna be honest with you, you're a student athlete. But when you get to college, you're an athlete student.
Yeah.
But the words still match. They still go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, like, you know, handle all these things at one time, because guess what? You're going to cost yourself a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
A whole lot of money. And not even getting into nobody's bag, but anybody's bag. Like, it's different for y'all. Now, this is why I'm going to say it's different. Right? Because where you got friends, you have haters.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I see how you carry yourself, right? See, we'll never discuss, like I say, what you have. But now that the game done changed and you see the social media thing, because I went through your social media page, you dressed like a prestigious young man. You look like you're not carrying on with the chains and looking flashy. You ain't putting yourself on the menu, right? What type of friends you have? Who you decide? Who you surround yourself with?
I can tell you now, all 4 of my homeboys are in college. One at USF, one at Duquesne, one go to college in Kentucky at Union, one more go to college at Kentucky Christian. All 4 of them are in college. I actually played my cousin this year versus Duquesne.
Okay.
We all came up with the same mindset. Man, we want to go to school. We want to go to college.
Right.
And when we said that, we really meant that. And we put everything we had into it. My two cousins, one at Duquesne and one at USF, the process for them was late. They never lost hope. In high school, I was telling them, like, I had to shine at first as far as me getting offers. I was kind of the big name at my school, and then they finally came along, and we all stayed with that same mindset. Yo, like, let's stay focused. It's going to come. It's going to stay and stick together. Let's keep working. And that's what we really did, and we still do the same thing now. Like, when I come home, I'm only coming home to see them, my family, and then I'm out. I ain't really trying to see not too many people. Like we texting our group chat, what's going on? Like, y'all want to get an Airbnb? Let's have a good time. Let's get away from football, and then that's about it. But even when we come home, still work to be done. Like, still work to be put in. And people know, like, if you gonna see me with at least one of them 4. Like, I'm gonna be with one of them. 2 of them went back to school already. One of them actually wanted to come up here with me and come, like, just sit right here by me.
He could, but man, you should have said it, because he could have came. Like, it ain't that type of party here, man. Let me tell you something, man. Especially when they're doing the right thing. And the reason why I'm asking you this, because everybody sees what's going on in the news. Everybody see what's going on every channel, all social media platforms, and we gonna talk about John Morant right now.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I just asked you, who you surround yourself with. Like, what do you feel like he's going wrong?
Probably the people around him. As far he's a grown man himself, but as far as having that, you know, the people around you keeping your head straight, the people on your team keeping your head straight. Like, I know my homeboys just tell me, like, that ain't right. That ain't something you should be doing. You gonna mess up your name. John Morant kind of got to sit down with his homeboys, and his homeboys need to sit down with him and just talk to him, just get him better game to his life as far as, you know, making mistakes like that, because it's not over for him, but he keep having these minor setbacks keep messing him up. And many people look up to John Morant in this world. Like, he has a big influence on a lot of people. And so the people around his homeboys just need to tell him, like, you got to calm down. Like, you don't got to be so flashy. Like, you don't got to be on the internet too much. And he need to tell his homeboys, like, we don't have to be too hype about doing everything.
Yeah.
We got to move in silence, move low key. That's one thing I tell my homeboys, like, we don't got to be flashy with everything.
If you look at
When we
it,
go out, we don't got to take pictures every time we go out.
Yeah.
Let's just move quiet. Like, nobody got to know we going here or going there.
Yeah, because I did my homework on you, right? Because, like, I went on your social media platforms. I looked. I even had a couple of girls friend request you. You ain't bite. You listen, you ain't bite. You ain't bite. Hey, whoever you are, young lady, he a solid young dude because I was coming at him. I was coming at him hard. You hear me? And it's no foolishness on this page. It's no foolishness. You don't see him throwing up no gang signs. You don't see him shooting the middle finger. It's like he has a classy social media makeup build. And man, I was so impressed with that because my 10-year-olds and a lot of parents that I coach over at the Tampa Bay area Jaguars. I got 10U this year. And a lot of some of the parents, they like, man, this coach kind of tough because I make my kids fill out job applications for the position they want to play. I monitor their social media. If I see anything like that, first, the whole team's going to run from it. The second occurrence, you're going to be off the team. See, I'm not waiting till you get 13 and 14 years old. They're trying to teach you because now that's too late. Because once you get 13, 14, you program. It's hard to reprogram than it is to buy something new. You know what I'm saying? So once I feel like I got to reprogram you, even though this sound harsh, I have to go to the kid that I can save. Because at 13, when you get 21, now look at John Morant, right? And a lot of people don't get it twisted. What he's doing is crazy. I sympathize for him because it's only 30% of his fault. Because he is who he is because of history. And who's been consistent in his history was his parents. That go to the other 70%. And that's the only reason why the same mistake is keep reoccurring because how many times your dad told you to take out the trash before he hit you in your head? I ain't gonna say he hit you in your head, but he probably jacked you up. It ain't take that many times.
Right.
But it probably took John Morant 20 times because, I get it. I do it. But I can see it's a difference in the parents. And not even saying that they are horrible parents because some of us learn how to be parents on a trial by error basis. Right. I think everybody in that circle needs some talking to.
Right. You can look at it.
To do some research. I don't want to give up hope on him, but he's making it hard not to. You know, so even with that, John Morant, we praying for you. Like my man say, he could have went a whole nother way. But he say just surround yourself with the right people. And I see you doing the same thing.
Yes, you look at what's going on with him, you look at his videos, somebody recording it, and instead of them being like, nah, they hyping him up.
That's exactly that's the problem.
You can look at it, he got a whole bunch of yes men around him. So just like y'all hold each other accountable.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, y'all got a group chat, everybody, and then if you listen to everything you're saying positive, hey, don't give up hope yet. You ain't gonna tell him, hey, pull that gun out.
Pull that gun out.
You know what I'm saying? Come on,
my thing is, what you getting out of pulling your file on social media? Like, hey, I got it.
You got more to lose.
You got more to lose. And I was always taught they know you got it. They know how to deal with you right off the bat. Right. So they coming in.
If I know you got it, I'm gonna get you before you get me.
You gotta move in silence. Oh man, but you know, John Morant, like I said, we praying for you. Yeah. And I hope everything work out in your favor. Now, Polk County. Paralyzed. What they say, hold up, and all that blind.
Yeah.
And listen, man, you got some notable names you coming out of there with, man. You got to put on for Polk County, man.
From your school.
From your school alone.
From your school.
But man, where you put yourself at on the, when it's all said and done, would you ever be on Polk County's football Mount Rushmore? You got the Pouncey twins. You got Derwin James. You got Ray, even though he stole our dance, the squirrel come from Tampa. Lewis. Man, do you see yourself on that mountain?
If I keep working, I definitely see myself there. Like you said, those guys definitely set the stone, set the way for us. Ray Lewis, Derwin James, the highest paid safety now.
Right.
Pouncey twins, those some big time names. So I got a lot of work to do, but I definitely can see myself getting to that point. The work not over, like I said. As long as I put in the work and stay focused, I feel like I can get to where they at. Definitely Derwin James is somebody I look up to.
Yeah.
Just because he went to Aubery, he played safety, and so, you know, he paid the way as far as standing at your hometown Auburn, a small school,
Right.
not going to a big time school, just paving the way. A lot of people don't know about. We just had a guy drafted, Jose Ramirez,
Okay.
from Auburn. He just got drafted to the Bucks. He's a quiet name, but he's a hard worker. Like, he put in the work, he put in the time, and when I come back home, I work out with him too, just to see his work ethic. And him now being drafted gave me even more hope.
Right.
To I'm next up. I can be the next up out of Auburn, the small town.
Right.
Nobody believed in. I could be the next up. And so them two guys, especially Darren and Jose, really showed the way and showing me the way as far as what your work ethic and everything that you have can do for you.
I think it's gonna happen because I know you had to smile. I know when you got the list for the top safeties in Power 5 and all of college football, and you were there at number 2.
Yes, sir.
At number 2.
How was that feeling though? Just waking up, you going from just the whole process. I heard a little bit, and you wake up and you see number 2.
I'm up there.
Who would have thought? It's been a long process. Not a long process. It's been a real grind. I say a real grind for me, just from the 2 surgeries I had on both shoulders. The adversity I had to face. But I love the process that I've been through. Being number 2, coming back, returning safety, it's a blessing. That lets me know, like, they see the work that you put in, and then if you put in more work, imagine what you could be at before number 2, possibly number 1, and that's what I'm chasing.
Who's number 1? Who's number 1?
It's actually a guy from Miami. I know him.
Yeah.
You with the Hurricanes?
Yes, sir. Cameron Kitchens.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Miami. A real good player, ball player. We had some linked up before, talked to each other. He gave me some advice. I gave him some advice. But that's about it. I respect this game just as much as you respect mine. But obviously, I'm not settling for number 2. I'm trying to be the best. And so the work still got to be done.
So you letting them know, hey, look, my man. AB say, hey, man. He got something to say about that list, man. My partner say he got something to say about that list, man. And guess what? Crush Time Survivor, bike him. Unless you get on in here and plead your case, man.
Yeah.
You know a Captical clothing that 5709 North Nebraska.
Yes.
And we on that. Thanks for that water, man. So check it, man. So you number 2. So what receivers you plan on facing this year? Who are you looking forward to facing this year?
Penn State, they had a couple of receivers that transferred in.
Yeah.
They got a good receiving core. Always that been a problem with Oklahoma, just because of the offense they run, tempo offense, and it's a lot of fast tempo that they run. And Texas Tech, I think Texas Tech was snapping the ball before the chains was even set when we played them last year.
Whoa.
Yeah, they run that
That
fast.
just lets you know how fast they're moving. They got a lot of tall guys, 6'3", 6'4" in the slot. Not on the outside, that's in the slot. So those just the competition in the Big 12. Honestly, I respect everybody. Game, you made it to college for a reason. This is no fluke. Like, you ain't get here by luck. You actually had to put in that work. So everybody in the Big 12, I respect. Whoever I'm playing, I respect my opponent. And so I'm just looking forward to guarding anybody and everybody.
So how that feel for you? Like, cause now the spotlight on you.
Right.
Now it ain't no more under the radar.
Yeah.
So how you feel about coming in the game where everybody on you?
No pressure. I wouldn't put that pressure on myself. Basically telling myself, like, just be the same person you are. Like, from last year, just keep improving. Just keep gaining little techniques to your game, and you'll be okay. As long as you making yourself happy and your family, you don't got to make the whole world happy. And when this spotlight starting to come, that's what was going through my head. Oh, if I don't make this person happy, then I failed them. And now I'm not, I'm not looking out for everybody. And my mom, I just had a talk with my mom not too long ago. Like, this was probably last week, and I was telling her, I was like, I feel like I got to make everybody happy.
Right.
Like, I got to do good for everybody to like me, or everybody, like, when people talk about me, I got to hold up to their standard.
Right.
When really it's about what I'm happy with and how happy I am. Right. And that's what I'm starting to get control of. Like, as long as I'm happy, I'm okay with it. And if my mom and my dad behind me 100%, then I don't got nothing to lose. It's not about what the next person think about me. So when I'm out there, I just got to know, like, just be you. Just be you. Don't try to be somebody you're not. You don't got to change because, you're the number 2 safety now, or, multiple people talking about you. Just keep being yourself. And I appreciate my mom because she really gave me some good advice with that in that situation.
So what you get up for Mother's Day?
For Mother's Day, she asked for some money. So that's all easy. My mom asked for some money, so that's easy.
And you better give her everything she want. She already done killed your daddy pockets. Boy, she gonna tear you up now. I'm telling you that. She gonna take. Guess what? She deserve every penny. Cause without mama, because let me tell you something, and I'm a firm believer in this, man. Mama's gonna give you all the love, nurturing. That like a mother's love is priceless.
Right.
A mother's love is priceless. But Father's Day around the corner too.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get all your wisdom from your father. So you don't know how blessed you are to have both of your parents in the house with you.
Yeah.
Because us as black men, I can't tell you I had that. You understand what I'm saying? And what you got to understand is that to be that balanced, to have the luxury to have your mom have dinner ready when you come home from football practice with your dad.
Yeah.
Dog, do you know how hard it is for the relationships to work? Man, to keep all that together and to still be going strong. Man, I give a shout out to your parents. Them the real crunch time survivors, man.
Yes, sir.
The Burks, y'all the real crunch time survivors, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how many siblings you have?
I got 2. Well, technically I have 3. I count my cousin. My sister has custody of my cousin.
Man, that's cool.
And so when we brought her in, I was like, you my little sister now. This ain't no more cousin thing.
Yeah.
You my little sister. So I have three siblings. An older brother, an older sister, and a younger sister. So those 3 I love the most. They can get anything out of me. They know that. My mom and my dad especially. They all know they can have anything out of me.
And the way you working, the work you putting in, stop playing. It's gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna happen. So if you had a chance to get drafted, who you want to play for?
I would probably want to play somewhere close to home. Just because I want to see my family there. Like, they probably had never had that experience of going to an NFL game. When they come to college game, they think it's, the biggest of the world. So imagine what they had the experience of at an NFL game. So being drafted to the Bucks probably, just because it's hometown. I know I'm gonna have some fun there with the people. And the whole family gonna pull up. I got a big support on my family.
Now you hurt me a little bit, but I understand. Tampa, I love my city. I do. But see, when we was growing up, we had to be 49ers fans because my mom said it. Right. But I can live with the Bucks. It's just my city. Like I love, and I love what they doing over there. Hey, if y'all listening there, you heard what my man said. So when it's time, y'all stay needing safety too. Y'all stay needing safety.
You gotta stop that.
No, I'm not stop playing. I'm serious. Y'all stay needing safety.
Get your friend.
Since John Lynch left, y'all ain't been the same.
And where he went?
They let him in the Hall of Fame, but they felt sorry for y'all.
Man. Wait. He with your team now, ain't he?
Yeah, hey, John Lynch, I'm playing. Hey, no, man, but you about to be in position to do that, man, and blessings to God, and like I say, your parents. Big season coming up. When you go back to school, that's when that is, in June?
I go back this month.
Oh, you go back this month?
Back
I don't be home too long now. I'll be in and out. So I go back May 25th. I'm actually coming back down in July to do something for the youth, for the community with my auntie.
Okay.
To give back to the community.
Yes.
My first annual school drive, their second.
Okay.
Just trying to give back and just showing like what I could do for the community and how kids could look up to me and help out. This gonna be the start of something for me, but it's not the end. For this whole year, I got something coming for the community, trying to give back to my school, to the Aubery that where I'm from, just the whole Polk County, just trying to show them love. But yeah, when I go back to school, it's gonna be a hell of a grind from the summer all the way to fall, and then just focusing on the season, doing little giveaways back to the community, like I said, and then just trying to have a good season to see where I'm at for next year.
Hey, and just to put it out there, right? Y'all know Coach Chain been on the weight loss journey. And I ain't want to show y'all my secret recipe, who give me my workout and all that. When my man come home, he do personal training too.
Yes, sir.
It ain't over with. So y'all see this here? It just look fine right now. It just looks so fine right now. And I'm probably gonna get killed for saying this, but boy, when my partner AB get finished with me, GQ magazine, watch out. Stop playing. You hear me?
Now you were telling us about you said academics first. You ain't let us know what you majoring in.
Sports management, and I minor in communication. Shout out to my second family, the Dryers.
Okay.
They watch all of my interviews up in school, my college interviews.
Right.
And one day she just texted me. She was like, "AB, you talk really well on camera, and you're not afraid. And you should possibly think about minor in communication." So that's the reason why I did that. And sports management is something that I just thought of going into school.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see you doing that.
Yes, sir.
How often you just try to do it, like interview stuff yourself?
Sometimes I just sit at home.
Right.
Before I even knew like how my life was gonna go, I just
Right.
sit at home and just talk on camera, just just see how I talk.
Yeah.
Because I know I can be a little nervous. And when I finally got the chance, when my coach told me, he was like, you about to get interviewed the day before, I'm at home just practicing on my camera like, don't be too nervous. It's okay if you mess up. Like, just be calm. And then as I kept doing my interviews, I kind of got better with it. Still getting better with it. So that's something I definitely like doing. I like doing it now, like talking in front of the crowd.
That's good.
Because I know I'm not as nervous as I am back then. So
how I feel, and I don't like the forecast, but man, let me tell you something, man. And like, it's a no-brainer. I really think you're gonna play on Sundays. But like the way you carrying yourself right now, man, you might be up for an analyst contract after you retire. So let that be known too, ESPN. Like my man, a jack of all trades. And I ain't gonna even finish the rest of that because I don't even know the rest of it. But he's a jack of all trades. And he's great at what he do. And like you just heard him say, he's heavy in the community.
Right.
And to be such a young man at such a young age, and you know, you still got life to figure out. For you to be thinking about the generation after you speaks volumes on your upbringing, your character, and what you really have going on in life. We're gonna support the your next event. As far as like, you know, Crunch Time Survivors, and we actually gonna come out and Mama, you know, we're gonna get out there and get them book bags out. We're gonna try to get some book bags designed, at least, you know, put them on out there as well. And like man, we're proud of you.
Yes, sir.
Like we're so proud of you. We gonna be looking up to your upcoming season.
Thank you.
Fight about it, y'all play my little partner, and you know Lewis Carter.
Okay.
And they say Venables looking for him to actually come up and make an impact. So I'm gonna try to make that game.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna make that game. And you know what? I'm gonna have to go with Oklahoma. I mean, at that point of time, you know,
I'm 1-1 versus Oklahoma.
You 1-1.
1-1.
They go to swing game.
Now, if Lewis started, you might be 1-2. I'm playing with you.
It's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a great game.
My first time going to Oklahoma, it was 100,000 strong. It was a prime time game. I think they was ranked probably top 5 going into halftime. I want to say we was up. This one, Spencer Rattler was there.
I think he was there when Mario was there.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
You was there with Mario?
Mario was there. Yeah, he was there with Mario.
Okay. Mario first year. That was probably the best stadium that I ever went to, played at. Just the environment, the atmosphere that was there. It just gave you so much chills. Like,
hell yeah.
What you dreaming about. Like, if you a little kid watching college football, this is where you want to be at. Like a day like this, a night like this, a night game, this is where you want to be. So
prime time.
I look forward to that game.
Oh, yeah? I'm looking forward to it too, because we gonna be and listen, and I'm coming to holler at you. You gotta go ahead and get right with security. And I'm gonna dress neutral, because you know what I'm saying. My heart is with anybody that's grinding. So don't take that wrong way. Lou, you know I love you, but I'm your hardest critic too. Yeah. But I'm gonna dress neutral. Yeah. And the Crush Time Survivor gonna be in the building. So we gonna get the date on that game, and we coming, man, and we coming to support. Yes, so go ahead and have it laid out for Coach, man. It's in West Virginia this year.
Oklahoma.
It's in Oklahoma. Oh yeah, man. So guess what?
It's gonna be rough, boy. You can't go neutral there.
I'm free. Yeah, you can.
Hey, all right.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you a story. Right? And I gotta get one of your funny stories. So we go out to Cali one year, right? And man, I didn't know the gang activity was. I knew it was bad, but you know, we out there for a week. You know, we hanging out, and so I'm in the barber shop. I need a cut. I go, and now I got my Florida State shirt, and so you know, we end up cracking jokes and stuff because we knew a couple of guys that was in there, and dude come in. You know, he looking crazy. He say, "Hey, big dog, you know, I've been listening to you talk. I can tell you ain't from around here. Do me a favor and go and change that shirt." Now, listen. Now, we was in Tampa. Man, what you mean change my shirt? But since we was in Cali, I said, well, you should have been saying something. I don't even like this color, man. I was tripping, man. But it wasn't even that, like, man, listen. Yeah. When you in Rome, you do what Romans do, but I done found out the neutral colors out there in Oklahoma, man. So I'm gonna just wear some khakis. Can't go wrong with khakis. And guess what? I'm gonna be rooting for you, you know, by mouth. You know, I won't get too irate in the what you call it. I won't get too irate in the stands, you know. But when you make a play, I'm dang sure gonna cheer for you. Yes, we gonna cheer for you, man. Number two, man. So what
you feel like this year? What you feel like you want to implement more? Because you already number 2.
Right.
What you feel like you want to do to make your game just a little more better? To get to that number 1 spot?
More interceptions. I want to say I dropped 3 of them last year. Just me get my hands on more balls as far as stripping the ball, forced fumbles, intercepting the ball off. That's definitely something that I want to take my game to the next level. That's one thing my coach kind of harped on me about. just those small things. Because tackling wise, I was the second leading tackler on our team at safety. So that's pretty good. But as far as me, having more interceptions, having more forced fumbles, pass deflections, that's what I need to work on.
I seen that, having 10 tackles in the game from safety. I said, you coming up laying wood.
And there's got to be something in the water in Polk County, because, man, Duran James, let me tell you something. When I seen this kid play in high school, safety about 15 yards off the ball?
About
12 to 15 yards off the ball. Man, I seen this man make a tackle 3 yards in the backfield from safety. I'm talking about, man, and like, if you had to say who you patting your game after with playing in the same city as somebody such as Duran James, do you patting some of your game after him, or do you take pointers from him when you talk to him?
So when I talked to him not too long ago, he told me, he was like, I'm about to send you a couple of drills that I want you to work on. And then when he sent me those drills, I got home later that night, and I think I watched every clip of his college tape, every one of them, like. Because you can log on to PFF and you can see all the small details.
Right.
Him at the strong safety, at the free safety, at slot corner, and I watched every clip. I was like, dang, this is somebody like I want to like put my game out there, because he went first round. And just him being a safety really inspired me to keep playing safety, and being like who he is as far as making plays at Florida State. It's like, if I keep making the plays that I make, maybe I can be in his shoes one day, or be next to him, playing against him, and, living out my dreams.
Man, that's why I respect you, man, because the homage you pay. Like, just the homage you pay, man. You can't be this perfect, man. You do something. You eat bad. You probably, man, what? Yeah. Man, listen, man. Yeah. Man, you a great young man, man. And like, listen, man. Man, if I had to marry my daughter off, I really think about you, man. You really touched me up, man. You really touched me up, man. You're a great guy, man. Your parents did a great job with you.
That's real.
Hey, listen up, man. Like I said, we ain't gonna hold y'all all day, man. Yeah. And this is always a great moment when I can have a great young man come in here and just share his story, share his knowledge of the game, and giving back to the generations behind him. Man, that's special to Crunch Time Survivors, and that's what it's all about. But we ain't gonna end on that note, man. Because I want Mama to go ahead and tell us about her nonprofit she got going on.
Yes, sir.
My nonprofit is Building Bridges Ministry International Incorporated. I deal with adults with disability that have been deemed as misplaced or homeless. And we also give out, we got an event coming up to give out book bags back to our community, to the less fortunate. And we also feed the hungry. He and I are going Saturday, and a couple of friends are going out in Lakeland and feed the homeless. So we got a lot of things going on in the community. And like I always tell him, whatever it is that you want God to do, I'm that auntie.
Right.
And anything he speak of, we're going to try to make it happen. And when he said, I dreamed of this, and you not even knowing where it's going to come from. Mm-hmm. And when he told me that, I'm like, okay, I like that. So I said, well, let's start putting together some events. And like he said, he have some stuff that he's going to be doing, But if we do it all together, 5,000 people, I know 5,000 people, he know 5,000 people. Mm-hmm. So like you were saying, who your team is, your team should be just as good as you.
Yeah.
And I have another friend that I'm working with. Her name is Tisa Hall. Mm-hmm. I just got to tell a testimony on that. I were doing an application for a certain vendor. But every time I tried to do my application, for some reason, it didn't go through. So when I told her about it and she did her application, hers went through. So she called me on the way here. She said, guess what? She said, I go do my walkthrough today. She said, but this is what I'm going to do. What day you want to pick up? She said, how could I do this without you? But we've been doing events together. Like she have domestic violence.
Right.
So I help her with that, and she help her with my shared living. And like you say, if we put domestic violence, shared living, what AB is doing and what we're doing in the community,
reach a lot of people.
Then we reach a lot of people. And guess what? We not all gonna be broke. So if you give a little bit, I give a little bit, you give a little bit, you give a little bit. then we come together with our little bit. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But you got to be your team got to be as good as you are. If I'm not there, there's no way AB should have to come and say, well, Auntie, what are book bags? What are crayons? What? You already know.
Yeah.
So the more we all know about each other and about what we want in our vision, man.
And I also want to say this, Mama Lara, she actually gonna be a part of our breast cancer awareness push in October, and she got a story to tell too. Cause my mama is tell them what you is a 2 times.
2 times.
She whooped cancer 2 times
And coronavirus for
and coronavirus.
And
Man,
we're
hold
also
up.
gonna support y'all with your fundraiser with the sodas and fish. Whatever you're gonna do.
Say less.
That's a real village, though. That's a real
It's a village. And guess
Yeah.
what? Now, we ain't going to just overpass that you beat coronavirus and cancer twice. We ain't going to just go past that. That's some real crush time survivor stuff, man.
Yeah.
I told y'all I surround myself with real go-getters, man.
Right.
You heard his story. You sure enough going to hear her story.
Right.
Hey, listen. This won't be the last time, but it was the first time.
Right.
And the impression that we just left,
Yeah.
oh man, next time you see us, it's gonna be big as Vegas, baby. Hey, so join us again. And it will be again.
Oh, yeah.
And stop playing. Yes,
Stop
sir.
playing.
Yes, sir.
Stop playing.
Stop playing. Man, tell them to stop playing, AB, man. Stop
I'm
playing.
gonna be on the show again. I definitely do it.
Oh, yeah.
Season. I'll come back and do it again.
Yep.